Hello and Merry Christmas. This is Mr. Kresselt, and in today's podcast, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making this three-dimensional tree. By doing it, we're also going to learn about the mirror tool. So let's go ahead and get started. I've already went ahead and made a rectangle that was 8 inches tall and 6 inches wide. What we'll do now is we'll finish the sketch and extrude it. And just to get us started, we'll extrude it 1 inch. On top of this now is where we'll make our sketch. So I'm going to create a new sketch by clicking on the Create a New Sketch button in the upper left-hand corner. And right now there's 6 sides to this box. So I need to tell the computer what side we're going to work on. We're going to work on the front side. Now on the front side, we're going to go ahead and we are going to make a line right down the middle. The purpose of having the line in the middle is because later on when we do our mirror, we're going to want this. We're going to need there to be a line to reflect off of. That'll make more sense here in a moment. All right. From here, I'm going to draw half of a Christmas tree, starting from the top using the Arc tool. The Arc tool allows me to, make some fancy curves pretty effortlessly. And for this demonstration, I'm not going to be too concerned about the actual shapes. I want it to look nice, though. Just kind of moving along here. Yeah, I just kind of follow this all the way down. And maybe I'll put one more on here. And let's go ahead and we'll use the line tool to make the trunk. And you might be able to see it there, but on the bottom, right on the lower right-hand corner of my mouse, there's a little icon that shows a kind of like an arrow pointing towards a diagonal line. Now that is what's called the consistent constraint icon, and that tells me that I'm exactly on that line. So I think we're all set up here. We're ready to use the mirror tool. The mirror tool is right up on top, right up here, and what this does is it allows us to select the lines that we want to be mirrored across. So I'm just going to go ahead and click them. I'm just left clicking them. I'm not holding down any buttons on the keyboard. I'm just left clicking. And these are the lines that I want to reflect over. So now the mirror line is going to be this line right here. So I click mirror line and I tell the computer which one it is. We're all ready to apply these. So pressing apply brings it right over. I'm going to click on done and I'm all ready to extrude this. What I'm going to do is I am going to well, actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and get rid of this mirror line. We don't need it anymore. So to get rid of a line, you have to click on the trim tool. On the trim tool, you'll notice that the icon actually looks like a scissors. So we're going to just left click, and we're able to get rid of any lines that we don't want. And if you look close down here, you can tell that this line does not come all the way across. So let's make another line right here on the bottom. And we'll connect it right over there. There we go. I'm going to press Finish Sketch. And now we're ready to cut out the unnecessary material. Extrude. And we don't want this or that. Remember when we cut material away, do you know which one we want to click on? It's going to be the middle one. That's the cut option. And our distance is going to be all. We want to cut it all the way through. We press OK. And just like that, we are all set up. We now have ourselves a Christmas tree. I'm going to go ahead and change the material here to something green. And most times with this program that I use to make these podcasts, you won't be able to see the material list as they pop down. But on my computer screen, there is a list of different materials. What I'm doing now is I'm just making some stripes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to make multiple materials on the same part. So I have 3 stripes on there, and sometimes what I like to do is extrude those. So I'm just clicking on extrude, and maybe I'll bring them all out, you know, maybe 1/10 of an inch. You know, just enough so that they barely kind of stick out. You can hardly see them at all. And now let's go ahead and actually change the materials on these. So I'm going to click on each one of them as I hold down the control key. I'm going to right click, and if you go to properties, you're able to actually change the material. So I'm going to change the material to some kind of red color. And once again, my apologies if you can't see this drop down list. And press OK. And just like that, we have ourselves a Christmas tree. Happy holidays, everybody.